Hey guys, I'm Janelle. This is Savannah, and we're doing day 2 of training today.
Today, we're going to show you how to price and evaluate all the comps that we pulled yesterday. Today, we're going to look at the solds and figure out how to price it.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
So, once we have all of that data, then we're going to go through and basically just try to come up with our multiplier. So basically what we did here with our formulas was take the last sale amount divided by the total assessed value that prop stream gave us. So it's hard to say if they're always... You can't look at me like that. I looked over and you're like... Okay, well... Okay, so to pull the first number, we're going to take the last sale amount and then times that by the total assessed value. Prop stream's going to give us the total assessed value, so it could be high, could be low. Okay, this column is going to be last sale amount times the building square footage, and then the third one that we're going to pull is just the last sale amount times the lot square footage. So that'll just give you precisely any number that... I don't know where I was going with that. But we're gonna get an average and a median of both of those. So number we got here for average was 1.32, the median was 1.13, and then it's just gonna tell you that like per square footage, this group of data is basically worth $306 a square foot, and then $59 a square foot a lot.
Sorry. I'm sorry, but every time that she looks at me, I think when you said like not to look at her. So I'm trying so hard not to look at her.
Okay, anyways, basically our multiplier is going to be around 1.1 to 1.3. So then all we're going to do is take that and go through all of our data that we pulled. So this is our comps. So this data is really not used for anything besides to find the multiplier. And then after that, we don't need this data anymore. We're gonna go back to our original spreadsheet that is just our export of all of our targets, basically. So Oak Harbor, single family, no debt, non-owner occupied, no sale or transfer. So we have 401. We already kind of talked about yesterday how we can see that there's some repeating or some kind of like not our targets on the list. So at some point we're going to go through and delete those out of the list, and then I would say realistically with every list you pull, depending on how many it is, probably 2 to 5% of the list you're going to delete because it's just not very good data. I usually always try to delete my outliers as well. So like if let's say in the list you pulled 2 to 4 unit apartments, and if you pulled 2 to 4 unit apartments and it maybe put a few that were like way bigger and they were worth like $20 million and the rest of yours were worth like 900,000 to like 2 million, if you times the 20 million by 1.3, it's gonna give you something crazy. And then if you times the 900,000 by 1.3, it's gonna give you something more normal. So if I saw that one of the offers we were sending was for 40 million and one was for 500,000, then I'd probably take out the 40 million.
You know something was off.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to send because it just doesn't really fit the data match. So that's something that we're gonna do as well. The next thing I would do after we get to this point, so now we have our data, we can compare it, we can go onto Zillow and we can look through maybe the first 10 and the last 10 of our set. That's kind of my go-to. Sometimes I'll do 5 or 10 in the middle of the set, depending on how big the set is. If it's 3,000 that we're prepping offers for, then I'm gonna probably check more than if there's only 400 that we're prepping offers for. So first thing that we're gonna do once we have our comps, we have our evaluation of the properties that we pulled, and we have our multiplier. We're just gonna transfer the data from what we pulled to our merge doc. So our merge doc is just what we're gonna merge into offers. So that's what I just did, and I have all the data transferred now, and then we'll show you the next steps. This is basically what the merge doc looks like. It's just writing an offer 1,000 times over again. So you've done that before.
Yep.
That's all the information that we pulled is just what we're filling in here. So we have the owner, first and last name, site address, mailing address. We're going to do our price. We don't include a legal description on offers that we send out because one, they're already not fully enforceable, and PropStream doesn't give us the legal description, so it would just be a lot of work to go and pull that for every single one. Other than that, all we're kind of gonna do is change the dates. You know how to do all of that. Decide your deposit. Typically, we're doing 10% of whatever the price is. So if that's what we decided for this set, then that's what you do. Maybe you do less, maybe you do more. But we always round to like the 10,000th. So this just has a formula on it that's pulling 10% of the purchase price, giving you a deposit, and then rounding it. Title and escrow. This is from Portland, so it's gonna say the Chicago and Chicago, but we'll either do Guardian Escrow, Old Republic, or whoever you want to do for whatever area you're in. Over here, you're just gonna make sure all of this stays the same. You want to know what your close time, year, date is. This will typically stay the same. This is kind of our direct model, 4.2, 60 months or 5 years, 30-day inspection period, 10,000 earnest money, probably fair, maybe high for single family, but for 2 to 4 or 5 plus, that's fine. So all of that would stay the same. Just double check everything you have here. For price, we're basically, I just do it over here. You don't have to do it this way. This is how I do it. It's one of those like teaching moments, like I don't know how they want you to do it, but this is how I do it. So I am just going to take this one. We're going to take the total assessed column from our Oak Harbor list. We're going to copy that and then go back to our now merge list, and I'm going to paste that here. And then this is going to be your multiplier. So for this one we did 1.1. We could try it with 1.3 and see if we like it at that number. Basically, I'm just going to try a few multipliers until I find something that I'm happy with for the whole list. So we got between 1.1 and 1.3 when we did the averages and medians. So you could try 1.2, you could try 1.1, 1.3, whatever. And then I just go to like Zillow and things like that to double check my work and see. Again, first 10, last 10, maybe 5 to 10 in the middle, that kind of thing. Again, this one is just gonna round it. So we don't want to send an offer for 600, 61,17,884.40 cents. So we're just going to round it to 660,000. And then I will take that and put it in my price column, and we'll do that. This is basically what you're going to do for pulling, sorting, doing all of that. All we have left now is to just clean for duplicates and anything that's like unapplicable. So that would be the next step, and then you're basically ready for offers. Bye.
See you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe.